A stalled construction project that turned into quite the eyesore in a Golden Valley neighborhood may not be an eyesore for much longer. The City Council recently took steps to deal with the failed project nearly 3 years after it began. Along Douglas Drive in Golden Valley sits the remnants of what was supposed to be a senior living facility. The city issued a building permit in September of 2020. Work stopped a year later after the property owner fired the contractor, and the site has been virtually untouched ever since. The City Council took notice.
This is an incredibly unsafe environment. It's an open pit.
Photographs taken by the city show that in the 2 years since work was last done on the property, there's an open foundation, unfinished timber construction, and significant water damage to what was left standing.
So this is the beginning of a process for the city to assist in removing the structure that's there right now.
During its meeting on July 18th, the Golden Valley City Council unanimously voted to declare the property as a hazardous building. The declaration sets in motion a process for the property owner to repair and remove the hazardous conditions within 30 days.
The expectation is that the concrete would be removed and then the hole would be filled in.
If the property owner is unable to do so, Golden Valley can ask the court for permission to do it themselves and charge the owner for the work. Regardless of who does the job, council members agreed that it's not safe to have a hazard like this so close to a school.
We have a particular duty, despite our wanting to work with the property owner, to make sure that places that are attracting youth for recreation are safe places for them.
The property owner has the option to dispute the hazardous building declaration in court. No word yet on whether the property owner has done so. Maple Grove has received a plan for 2 new restaurants, but Planning Commission members want to pause the plan to study the traffic impact first.
It's a new and exciting concept by Brian Ingram, who's a well-renowned chef here in town, restaurateur. We think it's going to do very well. We've heard from the public about their excitement for it.
That's the developer behind a plan to turn part of the parking lot where Floor and Decor, Malone's Bar and Grill, and Red Lobster are located into 2 new restaurants, Hope Breakfast Bar and Dave's Hot Chicken. During a Planning Commission meeting this week, much of the focus shifted to Dave's Hot Chicken and the amount of traffic the chain could generate, with commission members looking at the popularity of the Minnetonka location. The proposal has generated concerns from restaurant neighbors, including Malone's, fearing bottlenecks at the already busy Main Street Elm Creek Boulevard intersection.
This plan scares me. I think that we have an intersection that is already in trouble, already overused.
This can be another Canes, and you, I don't think anybody wants to have that type of traffic issue that basically just completely mucks up an entire shopping area.
The other restaurants that's part of the plan, Hope Breakfast Bar, didn't draw as much concern since it would operate during morning and early afternoon hours. In the end, the Planning Commission tabled the plan to allow for the developer to generate a parking and traffic study. Additional charges are now expected in the death of a Plymouth woman. Police think her daughter killed her during a domestic dispute. According to the criminal complaint, Nicole Wabbeking allegedly pushed her 78-year-old mother down the stairs at her Maple Grove home and hit her with a can of pasta sauce. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner announced on Tuesday that Sheila Wabbeking died of injuries related to the incident. Maple Grove police have requested charges related to homicide to now be considered by the Hennepin County Attorney's Office. Well, Plymouth women's cats are taking Instagram by storm, and they're not your typical feline. CCX News reporter Emily Haugen takes you on a trip to Camp Wobbly Cat.
Yeah, you can be the star.
There's nothing like a mother's love.
I met Rosie, Daisy, and Calvin when I was volunteering for rescue. Fell in love, and they've been with me ever since.
Yeah, do that.
They're 7 years old now.
Chris Kaiser feels that love for her cats ×3.
They all have very fun personalities.
Her tuxedo trio move differently from most cats.
So their cerebellums never fully develop, and it causes balance and coordination issues.
Cats with cerebellar hypoplasia
Whoops!
are a little off balance.
Not on the slippery floor.
Kaiser says their quality of life, though, is just as sweet.
Cerebellar hypoplasia doesn't cause pain. There's no shortened life expectancy with it. They seem to think they're normal, I think.
Kaiser's affections for wobbly cats extend beyond her own.
There's just so much need for foster homes.
To fosters like Snapple.
He was very severe, needed to use a cart to get around.
Since Snapple was adopted, Kaiser became a foster mom to many.
So Wobbly Cat's 20.
She shares their stories on social media. And people are responding.
I even have heard from people that they adopted their first CH cat because they were following my account and saw how fun my cats were.
Today, Kaiser's home is free of fosters, but her heart is full. In Plymouth, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
A Brooklyn Park church says you might be surprised what you can find at its annual garage sale. That includes rides for all of the smaller members of the family.
We have a lovely kitty or maybe a small dog stroller. We have just a normal, baby stroller. And then we have this deluxe baby jogger.
Those are some of the items you'll find at the sale hosted by Family of God Lutheran Church. The event runs through Saturday morning at the church located on Zane Avenue. You'll find everything from furniture and housewares to toys, books, and collectibles.
We like this sale. It's 30 years Family of God's been doing this sale, and we look at it almost as a community service for people to recycle, repurpose, and reuse instead of ending up in the landfill.
Proceeds from the sale benefit the church's social ministry projects.
The state VFW baseball tournament gets underway Thursday morning in St. Cloud. Chaz Moots visited both local teams and advanced out of District 7 as we start in Osseo.
After a successful regular season that included a first-place finish at the VFW Summer Classic in Blaine, the Osseo VFW Post 172 team is headed to the VFW State Tournament after finishing runner-ups in District 7.
I think our pitching's been really good, just really good pitching depth throughout, and we've hit really well too. We've got a lot better, taking better at bats throughout the season, and when somebody's struggling, he gets picked up by the next guy.
What we do well is trust the other guy, go up to the plate with a plan, do your job and trust the guy behind you and hope that he can, do his part, and I think we do that really well.
A couple of players on Osseo's VFW team also played on Osseo's Legion team that finished second in the sub-state tournament. Playing on both teams has totaled nearly 70 games played this summer.
2 days, I think I had 4 games. Each day a doubleheader on Legion and VFW, and it's a lot of baseball, but the coaches know that, and so they have me DH or sit a game, and then I'll just kind of eat my food on the bench and just chill out, and then the next game I'll go play, and the coaches understand it, so they're super fun to work with.
The strength of the Osseo VFW Post 172 team this summer has been their pitching and being able to throw multiple arms. But if they want to string wins at the state tournament in St. Cloud, production at the plate will be important.
We're really excited. There's a lot of great fields out there, and to add another out-of-town tournament, it's always fun.
It's going to really come down to the at-bats, I think, converting, getting big RBIs, and pitching. If somebody's not doing well, he's struggling a little bit, the next guy's got to come in and pick him up.
We just got to start hot. We got to go there with the mentality that we got to win the first game, not fall behind, because then it's just harder to get back up to where we need to be. So we're all really excited. We've been talking about it pretty much all season. Played really hard to get here, and we're all happy to be here.
In Osseo, Chaz Moots,
1, 2, 3,
CCX Sports.
The Totino-Grace VFW baseball team won District 7, beating Osseo in the final. As Chaz Moots tells us, the Eagles are excited to be back at state again after a nearly perfect regular season.
For the second year in a row, and just the second time in their history,
Henry, look at that!
The Totino-Grace VFW baseball team is headed back to the VFW state tournament after taking first place in District 7.
We're really excited. We're looking forward to it. Go play some good teams, play some good games on beautiful fields up in St. Cloud, and it'll be hope to win it.
Not many times you get to go to state, and you want to make the most of it when you do. You want to come out on top, but also want to have a good time.
Totino-Grace's focus on the fundamentals along with their air-free baseball is a big reason why they're 30-1 this summer.
I don't know that we have a lot of people that, you know, just absolutely catch your eye and kind of knock your socks off when you watch. But we got a bunch of pretty good, gritty baseball guys that just have a lot of fun playing. And if our pitchers throw strikes, if our fielders make plays in the field, and if our hitters have good at-bats, you know, at least then we give ourselves a chance.
In their first ever appearance at the state tournament last summer, Totino-Grace placed 3rd overall. Now with a year of experience at state, the Eagles are hoping for an even better finish, led by their defense and pitching.
Pretty much everything's rolling right now. Pitching is doing very good. Hitting has been very clutch this year, and most of all just staying together, like picking people up when they're down, and the hitting is gonna have to be big too.
Keep up our defensive successes, and also be able to go through play and keep swinging and hitting the ball hard like we have been all season. In those close games, we like to keep the energy up and just keep battling.
From Totino-Grace High School, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Chaz. And that's it for sports. More CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.